Hi everybody, it's May 25th and I'm going to do a short tarot reading on the coronavirus. While I'm shuffling, I'm also going to do some muscle testing so that people can see how muscle testing works. I do it with the emotion code, but it's not absolutely necessary to use the emotion code for muscle testing. You can tap into people's energy, long distance, just by making that connection. If you want to see any more information about that, you can check out my webpage, which is down below. And for people that are struggling right now, if they're interested in having a session, I do long distance energy healing. But I hope you're all well and happy right now. So this will be a short reading which will include the present circumstances and just the near future, like the next few months ahead. Okay. Okay. So we start with the Page of Wands reversed. This is a messenger card of creativity and sort of like a passionate energy for things. It is reversed, indicating that it's not necessarily a pure energy right now, but it is an innovative energy, which speaks to younger energies in the universe, looking for innovative solutions to what's happening. So, whether that's research or people trying different treatments for coronavirus, this energy is really the presiding energy right now. Okay, so looking for solutions, looking for cures, and the influence of younger people with more innovative ideas, okay, is being valued at this time. Next to that card, we have the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords is a card, it can speak to illness, but it also speaks to taking time out, resting, taking care of oneself, taking a pause, just accepting that things can't move forward quickly right now. So I feel like every time I see this card is saying, just take care of yourself right now. That is the number one priority. Often we are not encouraged to do that. People go to work when they're sick because they feel that they have to. Sometimes, people just feel like they can't say no, when people are asking them for things. This is a very important time for us to focus on ourselves and our family and our priorities and just say, it's okay. If I need to rest a lot, I need to take care of myself. We do have control over our bodies and taking care of ourselves right now. People might decide that they need to exercise more. Now people are getting out a bit more, getting fresh air, all those things. The focus is taking care of yourself and not multitasking and jumping back into things. Sometimes you have to, but if you don't have to, absolutely have to. It's really important to rest and take care of yourself and be healthy. Coming up in the next month, we have the Five of Cups. And the Five of Cups is a card that speaks about losses. It's like having to make serious decisions about what your priorities are and accepting that you might have to make some changes, whether that be downsizing, losing a job, for example, which I know is something that's affecting many people right now. People, even wherever they are in the world, not being allowed to work, not being able to generate income, and not having any government assistance. The Five of Cups is a sad card. It's looking at, there are losses, whether those are people we care about, worries about people that we know who are sick, financial stresses, and burdens like debt. So this card is saying, in the next month or 6 weeks, we are looking directly at these things and having to deal with them. And the card next to the Five of Cups is the Strength card reversed. So this card always speaks about protecting yourself, whether it's from other forces, sometimes it's our own tendencies that we need to work with. For example, over medicating with drugs and alcohol, or could be, people tolerating, let's say, dysfunctional relationships, abuse in their family lives, and things like this. This card is reminding us, it's reversed. It's not a severe warning, it's a gentle warning. Focus on yourself. Focus on what you need to take care of yourself, okay? To stay healthy, physically, emotionally, spiritually, okay? This is very important, especially because the Five of Cups is dealing with certain losses. And for people who have suffered many losses in their lives, what's happening with the coronavirus is triggering. It's triggering old memories, old losses, old traumas. That's where it's very important to stay grounded and focused on your own wellness. The Five of Cups next to this card is saying, we don't lose everything. There's always something good that we can hold on to. So it's important to remember that and honor yourself. Then we have the Knight of Cups, which is an uplifting card, which is next to the Strength card reversed. And this speaks about happier things, as far as, a young or vibrant energy, being hopeful, having positive emotional messages, changes, things coming about with a vibrant energy. This is 1, 2, so coming to about 2 months, we have a younger energy that is bringing us good news, okay? Good news, something that is going to relieve us emotionally. We're going to be re-inspired, okay? This energy is going to re-inspire us. It could be some scientific discovery made by a young person. It could be just that we have more information and more options available to us. But there's going to be, people are going to feel much more hopeful and less worried, okay? Coming up in the next 2 months, and it could be sooner because this is just a rough estimate. And then again, we've pulled this card before, the Empress card. She's reversed. And the Empress card, it's a beautiful card. It can speak to fertility. In this case, I don't know, that could be, maybe people are procreating more during this time of lockdown. But I feel that this card represents more the universal energy of the planet, because, we know that the planet has had an opportunity to heal. And this has been one of the very positive effects of people being restricted in what they're able to do. Many causes, many people fighting for, change and environmental, measures and things like this. And basically this just happened, and because of that, the planet is cleaning itself and healing itself. So this is the one beautiful thing that's happening, despite all the hardship that people are experiencing right now and the sacrifices we're having to make. She's reversed, though, which means there are still things happening that are detrimental, okay, to her, to planet Earth. It's not a clean slate. It's not a perfect situation. However, I feel pretty optimistic about it. Certainly, there are some positive changes. Okay, so what I'd like to do now is I'm going to do a quick demonstration on the emotion code, and then I'll do a little bit of general muscle testing as well for people who are curious about that. Okay, so I'm going to ask a question about the universal energy, okay? The universal energy, the energy of the planet. And I'm going to ask, using the emotion code, what the universal energy is, okay? Focusing on the planet. Okay, so, and what we need to work with, okay? Because it's always what we need to work with the emotion code. So I'm going to go, so we'll have a chart that I use, so it's indicating a particular column, and then I go, okay. I'm just going to check that again. No, okay. Okay, 2, B2, okay. Okay, so I don't get anything there. Let's try 4. Okay. Okay, so I did a meditation the other day, and I felt like, you know, the earth was relieved, but still shedding some tears, okay? Like, I could feel tears in myself. Even though there was like this joy, there was still sadness. And so when I use the emotion code, what comes up here is taken for granted. And I think this is a very important point, because nature, you know, has been exploited. So taken for granted. So that's just a demonstration with the emotion code. Now I'm just going to ask a question about, let's see, I think I'll ask a question about the 5 of Cups. So I'm just going to ask, is this about finances? No. Is this about relationships? Yes. Okay, so the 5 of Cups, I'll just show it to you again. 3 reversed, or 3 fallen over, 2 still standing. Social interaction, connection, contact would be probably what people are experiencing as the top issue right now. Isolation and sadness around that. Okay, so I'm going to finish there. I'm going to do another short video. It will be shorter and more simple in Spanish due to my limited vocabulary, but I would like to do something for my Spanish speaking friends. So I'm going to do another video in Spanish after this one using the same cards. Okay. Have a lovely day, and I will see you in a week. It looks like I will be going back to Canada, and I will have a chance to do a video before I head back to quarantine. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye.